We're just taking questions today, guys, based off our statement this morning.
All right, Coach, obviously this is a huge shock to the fan base, losing the MVP. Clearly it had to be something big to let him go. Can you shed some insight as to what led to this decision?
Well, obviously it's a difficult decision. It's a strong decision. But, we felt like our season was right on track at 3-1 after the Brampton game. There was the incident in Niagara. And for the last 10 days, we've had several circumstances arise. We don't want to get into those details. He's been fined by the league. He's been fined by our team internally. And I can assure you, personally, I have spent so much time trying to help Teddy. Our organization has done everything we possibly can to try to help him. Teammates, the whole organization has done everything on multiple levels to try to get him back within the team, within the structure, within the system. Unfortunately, here we are today. The organization stands for teamwork, stands for hard work, stands for the blue collar work ethic of Winnipeg. And unfortunately, I think Teddy at times recently has been outside of that, and all the efforts that we've had to try to bring him back in reached a point. So here we are, and we are prioritizing our team, our organization, as we move forward. Unfortunately, we had to make that release this morning with Teddy.
There appeared to be a number of disputes yesterday. Teddy appeared to be involved in them as well. Was that the breaking point?
Well, I don't want to get into the details of the specific breaking point, but that's a byproduct of it all. I think it all starts there. We have a player who is, positioned as a go-to player, as a leader for our team, on the court, playing individually and outside the system. We, as a coaching staff, have spent tireless, hours trying to get him through video, through meetings, through situations, to try to score within the system, to play defense, and all these details. So on the court, while the stat lines look fantastic, it was really difficult for the rest of our team to function. And over the last few games, we've seen internal, let's say, unrest. The team was unsettled after some of the behaviors in Niagara and Calgary. And again, as much as we put effort into help, we got to this point where we are today. So this is a strong decision for our team and our organization. I'm thankful for the support of our president, Jason, and our owner, David. And I think we have a unified front with the players that we're going to be better together moving forward.
Was this an issue that arose last year at any point, or was this new to this season?
Teddy came here last year with something to prove, and I managed Teddy by letting Teddy be Teddy. Our team last year had a lot of young players and clicked and basically accepted that. He was within the system, and he was within the structure of the team off the floor all of last season. Unfortunately, this year, it started off really well. I was very encouraged after the Scarborough game with his scoring output and teamwork, setting his teammates up, moving the ball. But over the last several games, it's kind of moved in the opposite direction, not only on the court, but off the court as well. And I think that, we've had several heart-to-heart talks with him, whether it was coaching staff or, front office, owner. So this is not a surprise to arrive at this point if there's been no positive response from his side.
How did the team react to the fact that he's gone now?
We care about Teddy, and we know it's a difficult time for Teddy, but I can tell you that those guys, I want to use Chad Posthumous as an example. He has become very good friends with Teddy. He's helped Teddy over the last year and this year in numerous ways. We all care about Teddy, but it's a situation where, we have to prioritize our organization, the values of our organization, the values of our team, and the teamwork of our team on the court. And we feel that it's always great to support the team moving forward. There's no one individual that's bigger than the team. And in this situation, with several attempts from guys like Chad and other players, other members of the organization, we felt like, hey, it's time. we need to make that release, move forward together as a team, and we feel like we'll continue to build with the rest of the season.
Any chance he ever come back in Winnipeg?
Well, again, I don't know if there's a team that can support or help or work harder to get Teddy into a better position than we have. The fact that he kind of crossed the line on the court and off the court several times in several ways, I hope that Teddy can look at this as a turning point and a wake-up call. But again, we've been very good to Teddy. We've done all we can to support him and put him in the right situations. But again, no one individual is bigger than the team, and we've got to support our team and respect our team as we move forward.
Mike, what was his reaction today?
I don't know if he really understood where he was, despite some of the conversations. And about last week, I defined some minimum standards for him, trying to help him and clearly define it. But obviously, he was not happy, and I think we've taken some steps to try to minimize any situations that come out of it. But again, it's not easy to hear. Nobody likes to go through those circumstances, so I can understand the frustration. But I can just guarantee you how hard our team and organization has tried to continue to help him stay within the fold.
How tough is that as a coach? I mean, you said he played within the structure last year, and then to see him stray and then not be able to get him back on track. I mean, what was that process like for you?
It's disappointing. Last year when he left the CEBL as an MVP, he did not have a job. I was instrumental in helping him get his opportunities in Europe. Not only one, but two. Personally, I spent a lot of time on the phone and on video calls and just being there for him. Obviously, we were committed to having him have a great year here, but unfortunately, he kind of overstepped some bounds. And all of our efforts to try to get him back within the team structure and within the system, it wasn't going to work. So you have to recognize that point and make the right decision for the team. We've done that, and we wish Teddy the best. We really care about him. We want to see him do well, but it wasn't going to work further for us with him here in Winnipeg.
How much was sacrificed with the team, when you put that much attention into Teddy and trying to build a team around Teddy? How much sacrifice was put in there, and how much do you think that's kind of hurt the team moving forward in a sense?
I think the last 10 days, he has been a very big distraction, and he has taken so much attention from myself, our coaching staff, and even from the team. It's been difficult. I can tell you in games where he's talking and things going on, he's in an argument with one of our coaches. Our coach is trying to call the defense, and it just, we've had in the last two games, we've had guys in arguments on the floor, not locked in and trying to get in position for defensive coverage on an inbound play. And these types of distractions became too much. So definitely there was a lot of attention spent trying to bring him in, trying to reel him in and help him, be a part of the system and be a part of it. And unfortunately, we had to make the strong decision today to move forward together, to respect our organization, respect our team, and we really believe it's the right thing at the right time.
Ken, did you have one more?
Yeah, how do you replace him, or what's next in terms of personnel?
Yeah, we have some guys that we're in contact with. Again, we've put every effort into helping Teddy and helping him stay. We're at this decision where we now have, an open American spot. We'll look at the market. We'll get with our contacts. We'll work our network and try to find a guy who can come in and fit. But we have a lot of confidence and belief in the players that we have here. And one of the issues we ran into with Teddy was it became so individualistic, and he dominated so many of the offensive possessions outside of the system. It became hard for our other players to really be productive. And we hope now that we see a real team response, a real team effort with better ball movement, better commitment to defend, and we make ourselves better by just teamwork. But we will also, try to find that market and find that good replacement as soon as possible.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
President Jason Smith.
Thank you, guys.
Take a few questions.
Yep.
Coach, you want to come up this way?
Everybody good there?
Jason, was this something that was brought to your attention recently, or was this an ongoing dialogue for days or weeks?
Yeah, as Mike mentioned, it's been going on for a few weeks. We started in, well, maybe not a couple of weeks. We started in Niagara with some behavioral issues, and those became more systemic as we went along. So yeah, Coach and I, and also our owner David, talk quite frequently. We try, of course, we support Mike and the coaching staff in whatever decisions they feel are best for basketball operations. But we also try to stay connected and communicate as much as we can on where he's at with things, just to support and help him wherever we can. So,
what's the message from the organization? I mean, you just look at the amount of attention around Teddy, the marketing around Teddy. I mean, is literally hanging from Canada Life Centre outside. What message are you sending when you're letting go of the MVP in the middle of the season that he's having?
The message, which I think Mike made clear as well, is that we feel like we have a set of values. When we started this organization, we spoke at the outset about we wanted to be a positive influence on the city. We wanted to be respectful, wanted to provide an outlet for local players, and we just needed to, I think, put ourselves in a spot where we were upholding those values. And it's obviously extremely difficult to lose a player of Teddy's caliber, but as Mike's point, one player is not bigger than the team. We felt like this was a decision we had to make to move forward in a positive way and to maintain the values that we want to grow into as an organization. We want to be an organization that stands up for players that are working within the system and are doing the right things. And so, yeah, we support Mike on this decision, and we feel like it's the best path forward for us at this point.
Did the point of the season play a role? Like, there's still half the season to go in trying to get this back on track?
To be honest, actually, we were at that point. It just happened to be now, and we obviously haven't had a few good games on the court, which we will hopefully see some positive movement on that front. But yeah, we were at a crossroads where we felt like we did not have another alternative, and so the decision was really predicated more on the past few weeks of interactions with Teddy and the coaching staff and where we were at as an organization, and less really to do with our performance on the court.
Is this a collaborative thing between you, Mike, David, or was it Mike come to you say, I want to do this, and you guys said, okay?
Well, Mike, ultimately, it's his choice and his decision, and David and I support him as coach and general manager. But, of course, we were in the loop on what was happening here. Mike had certainly given us feedback along the way about what was happening on the road, what was happening behind the scenes with the team and the players. So we were definitely aware and had several conversations. In fact, I had conversations with Teddy myself. David, our owner, had conversations with Teddy. So it was, I think, I would argue, a group effort to bring Teddy back on side. And at the end of the day, Mike's call to determine the best path forward for the team.
Do the losses, like just even the 4 games that you lost, how much of an impact does that play on it as well in terms of having to fix the issue if there is one?
I wouldn't say, I mean, we obviously feel like we need to be better on the basketball court, and we feel like this decision will help us go in that direction. However, I wouldn't say that we would single out a person and remove them at this point strictly because of wins or losses. That's not the organization I feel like we are. This was a decision that was predicated on larger set of issues that were happening that we felt like were unsustainable long term and were affecting the team as a whole, behind the scenes and on the court. And so certainly the losses probably exacerbate those situations because the way the team is interacting with each other and the morale and all those things are probably impacted, but it was not the ultimate deciding factor for sure.
That's good. Thank you,
Jason.
guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.